G'day, Eric Bakker, naturopath, author of Candida Crusher, here with another video for you today. This time we're going to talk about garlic, about the benefits of garlic as a Candida crushing food. So this is video number 1 in terms of the Candida crushing foods. So garlic would have to be one of my number 1 favourite foods to get a person to incorporate into their diet if they want to crush Candida. So garlic, along with other allium containing vegetables such as red and brown onions, spring onions, shallots, leeks. These foods are very good to fight yeast infection. And in fact, I've written in my book that I believe that when I can finally convince a person to incorporate these foods into their diet on a regular basis is when their luck begins to turn in terms of eradicating their yeast infection. So garlic's been used as a food now for approximately 7,000 years. The Egyptians used garlic. The Greeks used a lot of garlic. A lot of people think garlic was used to flavour foods, but in fact it wasn't. And like oregano, garlic was originally incorporated into the diet to help to wipe out microbes, parasites and bacteria and yeast. People didn't know what those bugs were back then, but they did know that when they ate those foods, it made them feel a lot better. So we'll talk a lot more about oregano and then a Mediterranean connection there with microbial inhibition as well in another video. So garlic is an interesting vegetable and is certainly one of my favourites. I tend to eat quite a lot of garlic in my diet. It has very powerful activities. Research, I think it was in 1979 in the Indiana University in America, showed very strong antifungal activity with Candida, with garlic over many different strains of yeast. Research has also shown in 2000, not that long ago, that garlic in fact is just as powerful as ketoconazole or nystatin when it comes to eradicating yeast. So you don't need to take these drugs, you just need to incorporate garlic into your diet. So there are two particular strong components of garlic which have this activity, allicin and alanine. Allicin seems to be quite strong and alanine seems to be quite strong, and there's a lot of arguments as to which one is stronger than the other. I've also read a lot of research saying that when you cut fresh garlic, the content of these oils tends to increase and then decrease, so it makes more sense to have this stuff fresh in your diet. So what I like people to do with the yeast infection is to start off just with a small clove every day like I've got here. You can see this clove is not peeled. So what I've done is I've peeled the clove here, I've just crushed it, and then what you can do is just crush a small clove, and when you crush it, it will generally break open and fall apart anyway like this one has, and you can just swallow it like a capsule or a tablet. Good to have this with a meal, with a protein containing meal. A bigger clove you can cut up in pieces and incorporate in your food and eat it, or you can crush the juice out of it and mix that in with a salad or a salad dressing. There are many ways you can use raw garlic. Crush it, get the oil out of it, mix it with a little bit of oil, like olive oil, rub it on your toenails. You can drop garlic juice directly on a nail. I know a lot of women who make garlic tampons. They actually thread the garlic, which they've peeled, on a piece of string and insert that and leave that in for several hours. So there are many ways you can incorporate garlic into your diet, and I've written extensively on garlic in Candida Crusher, Chapter 7, Section 4. You can read a lot more about it. So tablets, capsules or fresh, what should I do? Well, I think you should do fresh, and I think you also should do cooked, and incorporate a garlic into your supplement, into your antifungal regime as well. Something with a small percentage there of an active ingredient usually will be okay. So try and incorporate garlic in your diet on a regular basis. So I hope that answers some of your questions about garlic. Thank you.